This bulletin is coming to you live from our studios at Joy 99.7 FM in Accra. It's also live on Love 99.5 FM in Kumasi. Over 30 affiliates across Ghana. On a mobile phone or tablet device, you can tune in via the myjoyonline.com app. Coming up, 34 Ashaman residents who were in the custody of the military since Tuesday handed over to the Tema police.
In the course of the deliberations, High Command took responsibility for the operation. They went ahead to express some regret at the excesses that, we all saw.
Details as the military high command accepts responsibility and expresses regret for Tuesday's brutalities. And coming up in our latest hotline documentaries, we tell you why some companies funded by the Exim Bank under the 1D, 1F program say they may not be able to pay back the funds.
If management was made aware that Exim Bank was not going to give us the money upon completion to operate the factory, there was no way we would spend our last peso to commission the project.
And in business,
Ghana Revenue Authority said to take over property tax collection from local assemblies by the end of this month. Details on the Joy Business Report.
And later on our Ghana Man series, we explore the windy caves of Setre Kwamang that served as a safe haven from tribal wars many centuries ago.
It was a safe place for people to live. So the chief decided to move his people to this place to settle so that enemies could not attack them. We have modernized it to be Sumuna Kesie, but it's Asumuna, Asunu Amuna Kesie.
These and more here on the news at 6 with me, Bernice Abu-Baidoo Lansah. Thanks for choosing us. Joy News, independent, fearless and credible. I appreciate your company. The details now. 34 residents of Ashaman who were in the custody of the military since Tuesday have now been handed over to the Tema police for further investigation and possible prosecution. In an interview with Joy News, ranking member on the Defence and Interior Committee of Parliament, James Agaga, revealed the military high command in a meeting with the committee on Thursday accepted responsibility and expressed regret for Tuesday's brutalities. Maxwell Akbaba has more.
Damn the beastly acts of the Ghana Armed Forces.
Scores of residents are gathered here on the streets of Ashaiman Taifa discussing the assault by the soldiers. Here, I've met 31-year-old unemployed woman Beatrice Bochu. She looks distressed and says she has not heard from her husband since Tuesday when she was taken away by the military in that swoop.
3 days in here.
It has been 3 days now, and I have not heard anything from him. Our child is unwell. He's the breadwinner of the family. He takes care of us financially. 3 days, I have not been able to send our child to the hospital.
It is possible Beatrice's husband is part of the 34 Ashaiman residents who have now been handed over to the Tema police for further investigation and possible prosecution. Ashaiman MP Ernest Nogbe says the residents were picked on Tuesday and have now been handed over to the police.
We still have about 34 men with the military, which this afternoon the CDS told me they were sent to the police high command in Tema. And so I'm going to make a follow-up to the commander.
Ranking member of the Defence and Interior Committee, James Agaga, revealed the military high command in a meeting with the committee on Thursday accepted responsibility and expressed regret for Tuesday's brutalities.
In the course of the deliberations, High Command took responsibility for the operation, but they went ahead to express some regret at the excesses that, we all saw.
Maxwell Akbaba with that report. It's a definite human rights abuse and a complete usurpation of responsibility on part of the army. That's the position of Amnesty International on the abuse meted out to residents of Ashaman Tuesday dawn in the wake of the killing of a soldier, Sharif Imoro. Country Director Genevieve Patterton says the attack on citizens was uncalled for and officers involved must be brought to book through an independent investigation.
It's very disappointing that this kind of violence was meted out on our people. It's unfair and it's unjust for the military high command to even deliver such a directive. I believe they should have left it to the Ghana Police Service. That is why the Ghana Police are there. We also have to look at how can we prevent something like this from happening again. Help seek justice.
Genevieve Partington is country director for Amnesty International Ghana. Amnesty is also pushing for compensation for the victims away from the military brutalities in Ashaman. The Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice, SHRAJ, is kicking against the Proper Human Sexual Rights and Ghanaian Family Values Bill. SHRAJ says the proposed law in its current form is unconstitutional and will pitch Ghana against the international community. Commissioner Joseph Otal has been speaking to my colleague Blessed Suga.
Because now it's become eminent.
Already we have intervened. We have already spoken. We've sent our memorandum to Parliament, which is very much similar to what the Attorney General also presented. We have gone to the Parliament and defended our position. And we have even done a clause by clause of the bill, drawing attention to the unconstitutional aspects of the bill. Now it's left to Parliament to come out with what they think.
But the Speaker doesn't appear to be interested.
But the law is the law. The Constitution is supreme. And so if Parliament even attempts to pass something that is unconstitutional, it will be struck down.
You just heard Commissioner of SHRAJ, Joseph Watel, speaking to my colleague Blessed Suga. Managers of some companies under government flagship 1D1F program say they may not be able to pay back the money Exim Bank gave them to put up factories because the bank reneged on its promise to them. Government, through the financial institution, supported some local companies with funds to either set up factories or boost existing ones as part of its industrialization agenda. The Exim Bank has been on the neck of some of these companies to pay back the loans it gave them, but the companies say government, through the bank, can't starve them of funds and turn around to demand repayment of the monies. Here are highlights of our latest Hotline documentary, One District, Some Factories.
If management was made aware that Exim Bank was not going to give us the money upon completion to operate the factory, there was no way we would spend our last peso to commission the project. If you look at the activity leading towards the commission.
Ebenezer Obin-Bafo is the Chief Executive Officer of Casa de Europa.
Electricity came to disconnect just this afternoon. I had to go into my own resources to go and pay for them to reconnect the electricity.
Petersfield and Rail Limited is a manufacturing company under the One District, One Factory, established in 2018. But it appears all is not well with the factory. Today, the processing plants have been shut. The factory is eerily quiet. Power to the plant had been disconnected on the day of my visit.
Payment has been demanded long ago, but anytime they came, I told them there were problems that we need to solve before making profits, and that it will be difficult to pay.
The shutdown of the factories has had a huge consequence on employment in the operational areas of the companies.
When the factory was working, I could use my monthly earnings to support the upkeep of my family.
You heard highlights of our latest Hotline documentary, One District, Some Factories, put together by Richard Kojunyako. It airs at 8:30 a.m. on the Super Morning Show on Monday, 13th March, and 8:30 p.m. on the same day on the Joy News channel. Now, for 300 years, the people of Setre Kwaman in the Ashanti region lived in caves to escape wars. Today, those caves have been taken over by Bat, but occasionally, some Christians visit the site to pray. In today's edition of our special Ghana Month features, Kojo Yangson explored in Framabwum, loosely translated as Windy Caves, and reports the tourism ministry can give the place a facelift.
Kumewu in the Ashanti region is a forest-rich, mountainous area. This is where you will find Setre Kwaman. Setre Kwaman has a captivating history. For 3 centuries, their ancestors lived in caves. And those caves are still there, waiting for you and I to discover them. We got very lucky at the very beginning when the Apejahene of Kwaman himself agreed to take us on a guided tour.
Here, it's called... And from a boom, during the olden days, there were a lot of tribal wars. Yeah. Our ancestors moved away from a certain town called Amoakun, came to settle at a place called Sumuna Kesieso. Elephant hole. Oh, yeah, elephant hole. So, in the modern times, we said we have modernized it to be Sumuna Kesie, but it's Asumuna, Asunu Amuna Kesie.
Suddenly, the clear path we had been walking on disappeared over a steep edge. This is where most people would turn back, believing they can go no further. We certainly would have, if we didn't have Nana with us. But over 4 centuries ago, when Kabie the hunter got here, he decided to keep going. And that's how he discovered the famous Mframaboom, the Windy Cave.
He entered the place and realized it was a safe place for people to live. You know, during those times, the people were not many. So the chief decided to move his people to this place to settle, so that enemies could not attack.
Very interesting report put together there by Kojo Yankson. And that's how we end this edition of Joy News at 6 with me, Bernice Abu-Baidoo Lansah. Top story, 34 Shaman residents who were in the custody of the military since Tuesday handed over to the Tema police. Do log on to myjoyonline.com for more news. Kindly stay with us. The Super Morning Show continues.
You know, you see that?